What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's Alex and Jake
What's up?
here for Impact. We've got a absolute nutty
This
matchup.
is a banger.
This is going to be round 2 of our 6 Swiss rounds, and then we've got a top 8. So if you're watching live, don't go anywhere. But we got Jacob on Seismic Monument against Ben on Kethis combo. This is going to be a barn burner. Don't change your dial. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Set that notification to all so you don't miss out on content like this. And make sure to hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all your Magic the Gathering needs, as well as going and following us on all of our social media places, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the fun spots. Share our videos, show some love. And yeah, okay, so
What is going on with this?
where's Kethis? Because I actually know how this deck works. I used to love this in Standard. It was in Pioneer for a minute, and it's still legal in Historic. But tell me about Seismic.
So, Seismic Assault, a card that I don't think a whole lot of people know. I believe it's 3 mana, discard a land.
It's an enchantment. Yeah.
It's enchantment, 3 mana. You can discard a land to deal 2 damage to any target.
It's a very old card.
And then you're playing the new card, Monument to Endurance, which pays you off for discarding cards.
Discarding lands, specifically.
Well, you can discard any card, but you're getting the payoff of discarding your land cards, your Seismic Assault, through your Monument. Other than that, it's just like a pretty stereotypical red-green ramp deck. It's like a red-green burn deck, which is, I think, the core of what it is.
Yeah, so yeah, your thing is like you can have several Monument in play. You can discard a land, and then you can like 18 your opponent or something. I don't know. They explained it to me yesterday. It seems really sweet. We did actually have it on camera yesterday, and Jacob kind of just didn't do anything.
Yeah, it either kills you or does nothing.
Yeah, and okay, so for Ben, he's playing Kethis combo. What this deck does is Kethis the Hidden Hand, which is my favorite Abzan card of all time. I love this card, and I didn't even pick this deck, just so y'all, I didn't pick this feature match, so no favoritism here. But this is Kethis. It is a 3 mana, 3/4 legendary creature. Legendary spells cost 1 less to cast. Exile 2 legendary cards from your graveyard until the end of your turn. Each legendary card in your graveyard gains. You may play this card from your graveyard. So, how does this deck kind of work? Well, you play all of the legendaries. You play 4 Tameo, 4 Kethis, 4 Emery Lurker Lock to get your graveyard built up. You play 4 Baseems because Baseem draws cards. You play Malevolent Rumble. Obviously, that fills up the graveyard really well, too. Agatha's Soul Cauldron's actually disgusting, and I hadn't even considered that. There's 2 of those. 1 Grinding Station. Yes, this is a Grinding Station deck because even though they're going to ban the main card, they're not getting rid of that card. They should probably just ban Grinding Station. Mishra's Bauble, Mox Amber, Mox Opal. And basically, you want to mill yourself a bunch, and then you just start... you play like Jace, the Perfected Mind, or Teferi Time Raveler, Ashiok Dream Render, but Jace, the Perfected Mind, you're going to mill your opponent out. It's going to be awesome. Let's see how this...
So this is basically Breach, but
Yeah,
way more
Breachless
complicated.
Breach, with a way... It has a much softer, squishy target. Like your engine is Kethis.
Yeah, which it's easier to move a creature than it is a enchantment or artifacts that are free to get back from the graveyard to the battlefield. So your engine is squishier, but I also think Ben's taking a really good thought by playing this deck right now because
People are taking out
people are like, oh, Breach is banned. I don't have to worry about this. I don't have to like
Here's Emery.
stack my sideboard with a graveyard hate.
I'm keeping a legendary pile and
Yeah, legendary and non-legendary power seems smart.
Ben's got those sick looking halo foil Emerys.
Yeah, can almost not even really tell what they are, other than
If I didn't know
his
that
physical actions.
if I didn't know that card was Emery, I had no idea what it is.
Yeah,
They do not design Magic cards with the idea of the commentary team
oh
anymore.
no, not at all.
Draw
You
2.
got to know your SpongeBob counter spells from your 7th edition.
I literally have those in my backpack right now. If I was going to play it today, I was going to play SpongeBob counterspells.
Will Pagan was on camera and hit him with the.
Yes. It's awful.
No, I love it. It's the best.
Jacob discarding some Besage juice.
Is this a seismic?
We're just going to flash it back. I think we're just flashing it
Oh,
back.
okay.
Ben already besaged one seismic assault, so Jacob's got to
Yeah,
be digging for number
and-
2 or at least a monument.
I'll take a peek at your top now. Again.
Yeah, Ben's playing 3 Besages main deck because it's a legendary.
This is a
So-
legendary land.
Yes, so
I'm trying to figure out what this card in Jacob's hand is here. That card right there. I don't know what that is.
can't quite get a good look at it just because his
Is
hand.
it life? It might be life from the loam. Or no, it's
He-
Street Wraith.
he does
Sorry,
play-
Street Wraith. They are playing 4 Street Wraiths. You're playing a 56 card deck.
Here's
so.
Rumble in the jungle. This card's really good in this deck.
Rumble is
It finds
Rumble's just
Kethis.
nuts. That card, I mean, is nuts.
It ramps him, finds Kethis, and fills the graveyard. And there is Kethis. Oh my god, that is 4 excellent cards.
That's
too.
4 bombs. I mean, you can take you take any one of those. You have to take.
You can make the argument that any one of those is correct. I think Kethis, since it is your
Kethis, unless Ben has one, I can see Ashiok because Ashiok's gonna at least exile Jacob's graveyard. So there's no way that Jacob can start the loam loops.
that's fair.
But taking the combo, this is how I'm gonna win the game engine, probably more correct. And Ben gets to start looping these baubles with Tamio.
So we have Kethis this turn if we want it.
Legendary permanent mana.
No, wait. No, he doesn't. Because he has the Scion token.
Oh, it
makes
doesn't make
colorless.
It doesn't make colored mana. Yeah.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
kind of a really big downside to Kethis. Is it?
These cards have a lot of colors.
Yeah, a lot of mana requirements. You have to have Abzan colors.
That's why he's playing that what do you call it?
What?
What
What do you call
The
it? You tell me.
the land that can tap for any color of his
Plaza of
life.
Heroes.
No.
So if I do that,
Mana Confluence.
Mana Confluence. I couldn't think of the name.
like Opal, but I don't have.
I really like watching Ben play because he's really good at explaining, talking it out. He's not one to like try and.
He's not just walking himself through it, he's walking us through it too.
Well, and he's walking his opponent through it, which I'm sure you've played against Ben.
You don't have like.
He almost gives you too much information.
He's a very well, it's also good to communicate with your opponent
It's true.
because if Jacob didn't understand something that's going on,
Well, and Ben plays like some pretty complicated.
yes, this is not baby's first modern deck.
Yeah, right.
So, Demir one play Ashiok.
There's Ashiok.
The
Ooh,
chibi art.
I love it. I love it. I need to get the
Minus target.
The chibi Narsets, they're
Chibi
pricey.
set. I know they're like $40, I think.
There's a bit Otawara, Rumble.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yep. So mill myself,
And all
exile your
that
graveyard.
green,
Emery, buy back my bauble.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Probably not going to activate it yet.
I don't think there's. I mean, I don't know. Draws. Bless you.
That wasn't a sneeze, but thank you.
Unbless you.
I consider myself unblessed.
Shackle Street Wraith. Down to 14.
Street Wraith.
I mean, it is one of the best cards. What Street Wraith and Mishra's Bauble do, there is no replacements in Modern for right now.
Yeah, no.
If you want to play a 56 or a 52 land deck, that is exactly what those cards do. Ooh, Jacob drew a monument.
Ooh, monument. Got to discard 2 cards though here. Big
Oh,
Judge color.
I think it was Cruz. I'm like 90% sure that was Cruz.
When is it not Cruz?
That's true. When is it not Cruz?
If you hear something loud at him, I mean, you might have heard that sitting where you are at home.
If your walls shook right now, it's either an earthquake or Cruz. I don't know which Cruz yelling or you have seismic activity, which hopefully
Speaking of
Jacob.
seismic,
So Jacob does have a Forgotten Cave in hand, so we can cycle that for 1.
Minus target myself.
Ben Mills. Ashiok does, no matter what, exile your own graveyard. Or exile, she doesn't, it exiles an opponent's graveyard,
Yeah.
but you can target anyone to mill.
yeah, which is
Is that the Kelp Forest? Oh my god, it's a Kelp Forest from Ben, the forest in play.
what is it for?
That's a SpongeBob one.
Oh,
This is-
there's Kethis. All right, we might have some action
You
here.
might be comboing.
Yeah, you go with your cards you can't cast first, obviously, but
Your
now we
legendary
get-
lands.
Now we get Mox Opal access. Ooh, and he's got Jace there, so
do have Metalcraft now. I have 2
Oh, baby.
blue.
2 blue.
Cast that. 3 blue.
Cast that,
Keep
then
the
then
one I
yeah.
He's gonna make. I think it's just infinite. He has infinite any colored mana right now, right?
Cast Jace. Reduced by 1, so I don't have to pay life. Yep. So then 5. No, myself for 15. Sure.
Mill myself for 15, so yeah, he's gonna be able to. God, Jace perfected Mind Mace's deck. Insane, dude.
Yeah.
Because there was never a point, like even with the other Jace, you'd like mill yourself one, draw a card or whatever.
Yep. You would mill.
Being able to mill yourself with this Jace 15 is insane. And he's filling up his graveyard. Exile 2 legendary, so now he can do it again because he's got essentially a new graveyard. So he's got to do it again. He's got to exile 2 cards, but now he just gets to cast whatever he wants.
Because he's infinite color. He has
Again.
infinite mana, right?
And having access to Mox Opal and Mox Amber, having 8 hits, and just
So I'm just gonna
this
start
deck's
up right
so
now.
good.
So I'm gonna start with.
They need to get.
one
What did they
blue,
ban from this
1
deck?
white.
Mox Opal, ban Opal.
It's got to be Mox Opal.
I don't think. I think this is a very good game 1 hand, but games 2 and 3, when your opponent brings in their graveyard hate, it really starts getting hurt.
I mean, yeah, of course, but
So we're gonna respond to Teferi. We're gonna cycle the cave.
we're gonna draw. And what are we gonna do with Monument?
I don't think Jacob really has an out in the main deck right now. Seismic Assault doesn't usually play too many outs. You're just playing your lands and your way to kill your opponent.
That's fair.
Play it. Couple blue.
What does Ben play?
So. Like Jace, go down to 1 floating. For 5.
He plays an Emrakul, the Promised In. That's funny. I mean, it makes sense. Urza's Ruinous Blast. Yeah, that was a card you'd play in
Okay,
Standard,
so
too.
Ben is now out of cards in his deck. How does Ben win?
This is, I know it's a weird, so didn't want to. I'm going to use the floating to play Sideboarding. And then I'm going to reduce by. It is reduced by, yep. So no mana floating, exile 2 Sage use. Now I can replay all of this.
Go.
Well,
you
usually
have
you'd
to
play like Teferi or I'm sorry, some
What is going on?
Jace.
the
Like,
perfect or the unbound telepath or whatever.
yeah.
So Ben had to re-exile cards from his graveyard to give the legends that were just put in there from the 2 mills the ability, because every card, Kethis timestamps every card in your graveyard.
Millie for 15, and then keep doing.
He's milling it. Now
Yeah.
he's milling him for 15.
To do this.
Infinity billion
Basically
times.
every
That's the win condition typically.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you didn't need the Jace back in the day. You just played it on like Arena and Moto just because it was like
Yeah.
easier, basically less clicks.
Kind of lucky on my
Your
part.
actual win condition was to play Diligent Excavator to mill them eventually. So you'd mill yourself out and then you'd mill them.
Is it this one?
Yep, Stinger. Yep. Alrighty, so
Speaking of
that's
booth.
how that works. Jace gonna Jace, Kethis gonna Kethis.
He's
But
got Kethis. He's got Ben's deck. I got Jacob's deck.
But now Jacob gets to, sideboard, and as you can see, he's bringing in a lot of cards.
So I got for Jacob, he has 1 Blood Moon, 2 Magus of the Moon, 2 Molten Rain, 2 Pyroclasms, 1 Soul Guide Lantern, 1 Turn the Earth, 2 Veil Summer, 4 Force of Vigor.
Yeah, and for Ben here, it looks like we've got 3 Gaddock Teagues. Don't really think that's coming in. 1 Emrakul, the Promised In, 1 Camball Console of Allocation, 3 Into the Floodmaw, 1 Urza's Ruinous Blast, which is really, really good in this deck. Torpor Orb, a 4th Ashiok, a 4th. Wait, Wielder of Mysteries. Oh, that's the
That's
Jace.
the, if you draw a card and you have no cards, you win the game.
2 Teferi Time Raveler and 1 Gemstone Caverns.
Gemstone you bring on the draw, right?
Yeah. But I could see an argument for Jace Wielder of Mysteries. Just as having like a backdoor way to win the game. Yeah, Gemstone Caverns. Does Torpor Orb do anything? Not really.
Not really against Jacob's deck.
Urza's Ruinous Blast would be good just to be able to get rid of all of the clean up all the because interesting thing about Jacob's deck is he's playing an artifact and an enchantment. That's kind of his pieces, his combo pieces. Urza's Ruinous Blast cleans those up very well.
Jacob, I imagine, brings in the Blood Moon. Ben's mana base is probably the most greedy thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it's rough.
Magus the Moon, same thing. Molten Rain blows up the lands. Maybe, maybe not. Soulguard Lantern, you're bringing your graveyard hate.
Yep.
Veil Summer, nah. The Favs, probably okay. You gotta hit
Fob.
Force of Vigor.
Oh, yeah.
There's only so many specific points you can hit Ben's combo before it becomes irrelevant. But if Jacob plays it, let's say, in response to the Kethis activation, or not response, but if he like blows up the artifacts before he gets Kethis, or before he gets Kethis out, maybe then Ben won't even have the mana to cast the artifacts.
Yeah.
Or if he hits two of the pieces, soul guides them away, then Ben's not gonna get access to him ever again.
And as we just saw, once Kethis hits the battlefield,
Sort your deck every game.
the game's almost over. Because, I mean, Ben's not going to put Kethis in a position where it's just...
Where it's
out
gonna
there.
get picked off by some bolt. But I mean, Kethis being a 3/4 is kind of important in this matchup
Oh, yeah.
because either Jacob has to commit.
Can
Can Seismic target anything? I don't remember. So either Jacob has to commit 2 discards to it or discard bolt.
Yeah.
There is no clean answer, but I think Jacob's playing this match is just go after Ben's lands because without lands, Ben is gonna fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, Blood Moon is still a hell of a card. And yeah,
Mega's also just as good.
I've only literally
we got some
How do
chat.
you what do you think? So we have Blood Moon and Magus the Moon. What other Magus or
at least a card back.
Blood Moon effect creature? What do you think we get next?
It'll just get out of control.
I don't know. It'd be cool if there was like an elf that did that.
All lands or forests?
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Instead of the Great Falls.
But it
Green,
would-
green
It
one.
would be really cool if it was an elf, though.
Head maze.
Specifically so I could have a new
Extra lands, but
elf for my
cutting
Lathril
fetches,
commander deck.
the Great Halls feel pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, Paul Rich, thanks for that.
Yeah.
Tier 1. We appreciate that.
Hey,
What is that?
So, like,
One?
you know,
Oh,
if
1
you
month.
had,
Thank
like,
you. That's awesome.
Harbinger Blood Moon, and that could change.
I'm trying to.
what are we looking up
And
here?
with the changes Ashiot going main, seems
I'm just letting Ben talk right now.
like not the best, but it's a 3-mana exile mill. Yeah. I like this configuration. You'll be play? Yes.
Let's see, looking at hands. Jacob said this is crappy. He's got the monument, so he's got something going on right now.
Is the on-camera curse going to continue for Jacob here?
Did he just have a rough night last night?
I think he ended up going like 2-2 maybe, but his on-camera match against Micah just was. It looked like the deck just didn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean,
Granted-
that is kind of what this deck does, though. It either kind of does it all or none of it.
Yeah. There was a moment where, like, if Jacob drew, literally, he had 3 monuments in play, so if he drew any lands, he just wins the game on the spot. But it didn't happen.
Rough. I mean, this is what happens when you do have to play a 60-card deck, and you do have to find at least one of your copies of either card in your, other 60 cards.
Yeah. And they gotta not be interacted with.
Yeah.
On my end stuff.
All right, so Bobble, take a look. We never get to see.
There's a Seismic Assault, though. I'm pretty sure. Either that or Faithless Looting. What are you playing, Jacob? Forgotten Cave? Pass turn.
All right, back to Ben.
Draw. Ben's got those blooming marshes, or not Bush Marsh. What's the green blue fast land?
Botanical Sanctum.
Botanical Sanctum's from Outlaws. Got the trains on it.
Rumble in the jungle.
Rumble hits double Jace, Plaza of Heroes, and I think Beseiju.
Beseiju, yeah.
So that's a big hit, so I don't really need to worry about that.
I don't need that Jace. I have 2 Jaces here. I only need one of them. So we're going to dump the both Jaces in graveyard.
So that is a concern. If Ben mills all his Jaces and then Jacob pops his graveyard,
I don't think Ben has a direct way of winning.
I mean, he can attack, but
yeah, Kethis beat down.
yeah, I mean, that's one thing.
There's the assault.
That's one thing that the other deck couldn't do. It just like if you were all in on the combo.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of synergy between like Jace and. I mean, you could just mill your opponent. You could play the mid-range mill plan, I guess. I don't know.
So this is another issue with the Kethis deck is it plays so many colors that sometimes, and Kethis is so demanding.
Kethis, the worst part about Kethis is that it's black-white.
Well, because you have to play blue. The worst part about it is it's not blue.
Yeah.
If it was blue, then you'd have Emery, you'd have Jace, blah blah blah. Like you wouldn't have to play like
I'll just
I don't know.
There goes the Seismic.
Maybe like I don't know what the other color I would prefer it to not have, but
How many commercial districts did you get playing? He's playing 3. I've seen some of these decks play 3. You've seen some play 4. There's one of the FOVs in Jacob's deck, the forces.
I hit plus and a minus, so I wasn't sure if I had it right.
If you were ever wondering about life totals, refer to the players on the field. We miss life totals quite a bit, and what they say goes.
Yep. And I assume that they're both keeping track on pieces of paper.
You can see Jacob's notebook on the side right there. There's another one.
Another one. And Ben does play 3 Beseijus though, so
There's a Surveil. Dumps a Rumble.
Rumble.
2 decks, both playing 4 of Rumbles, I'm sure. Oh no, here goes another Beseiju on Jacob's.
I knew taking the 1, like, you would know about it, but having a second, I wasn't sure.
Are we discarding anything in the Seismic Assault? Just to get some damage off? I don't know. Maybe discard one of these lands. Nope. Do we get a commercial district off this, though? Nope, just another mountain, which is fine.
Yeah, right. At least I have to use them at some point. I'll run out of them. So
Ben's been missing land drops to play his Beseijus, though, which is scary.
Oh,
Unless
to actually
Ben's just trying to dig for specific answers.
I mean, Ben can kind of take it slow here. He's not in any immediate threats, especially if he has ways to deal with the seismic assaults.
Yep.
Here is a monument, though, in Jacob's hand.
Monument's kind of bad without having the seismic assault out, though.
Have a way to pitch stuff.
Which is hilariously bad right now. That's for colorless. If it's that for nothing, that'd be. I'll do blue 1. Yes.
There's an Ashiok. What are we going with this Ashiok, Ben?
Well, it can only go down.
Well, what are we going to... Are we milling Jacob? We're going to play this bad mill game?
Going to mill you.
Yeah, we're going to mill Jacob.
Ooh, another seismic
Oh,
assault.
no. Jacob's going to be like, oh, no, there's 3 of his assaults down.
And then I will play a Tamio.
Ooh, Tamiya's good.
That's
Then you're gonna bolt
gonna
this
bolt this
Tamiya,
Tamiya.
probably, or
Untaps.
I'm sure we're about to see Monument. That's Utopia Sprawl.
Without a way to discard cards, I feel like this red green deck needs one more way to reliably discard cards. But I think we're gonna cycle with this land.
He's probably gonna draw, I'd imagine.
So we could either draw to try to dig into.
Yeah, he's gonna wait. No reason to do it because I'm sure he wants to hit Seismic Assault.
Well, he wants to be able to do everything in one big turn,
Yeah.
which is fine. Or just cycle on the end step too is probably fair.
Oh, he's got a Kethis. Ben's got a Kethis, but not much in the graveyard thus far.
Filter into.
So he's probably gonna mill him.
Black, white, green. Like Kethis. Tap Plaza for white. Play fairy.
Oh. Well, that can
Bounce
bounce
the
the
monument.
monument. Draw a card.
Yeah. Also Redemption. So no mana floating.
Yeah. Teferi is reduced from Kethis. Kethis just facilitates this deck so well. It does everything.
I mean, if Kethis didn't exist, this deck also just wouldn't exist.
Kethis does everything except for mill. If it like entered the battlefield and milled one, oh my god.
One hand. Yep.
But he does have Teferi to draw. This is a lightning bolt.
No, we're
Oh.
cycling the land.
So yeah, it could be a lightning bolt.
Yep. Super. Yep.
Draw 2 cards.
Oh, so he's Ben is bouncing the
Monument.
monument.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll draw.
And he draws. Don't quite see what he got.
I'm going to.
Assume he's gonna mill himself.
Target myself.
Yep.
Jace.
There's a Jace.
There's a hit box. Oh, we hit it. We're cooking. We're cooking. I don't know what's in his grave. Does he have an Emery or something?
Activate Kethis as all I need to.
Yep. So now we have access. Oh, he's got Tameo, so that's good.
Activate this. So good.
Play Amber.
Play Amber. Tap for blue. Play Emery to the 2.
Oh, from his hand! He had Emery from his hand! This is just cheat mode. This is just...
There's a Basim that's huge.
Wow.
Into the Flood Maw.
So he needed to hit like another Mox Amber, though, to really start going nuts.
Yeah.
Then he could play it, put the other Mox Amber, and then he'd just go infinite, basically.
Yeah, you get infinite colored mana from the Mox Ambers, right?
I mean, he has to find ways to keep putting cards in his graveyard, which he doesn't currently have.
No, but he can exile 2 cards, make infinite mana, play the Jace from the graveyard, right?
If he has the mana for it, sure.
Well, if he has 2 Mox Ambers,
Oh, he has a Mox Opal. I didn't even see that. Okay, so
he needs another one of the 2 rocks.
he can play the...
You play Tameo,
There's 3 Jaces in there.
but he needs a
Yeah, so this isn't a combo turn, but
no, but
very good turn.
he needs one of the other 0 cost rocks.
Yes. You have to have 2 to be able to, in theory, make infinite mana. But you also have to have a way to consistently be milling yourself.
Yes.
So if he had, and he does have a Jason, the graveyard. Here's a monument.
Looty Tooty.
Okay, that's gonna discard 2 cards.
There's another looting.
So
Another
wow.
monument.
well, we can't do it all, but that's
You can do a lot. So we can discard this, either draw a card
you
or
can only do one of each
mode a turn.
monument mode. Yeah, let's bring monument up because I don't feel like we really explained it. It's draw, deal 3,
Make a treasure.
make a treasure.
A lot of monuments in Magic.
A lot of monuments in Magic.
That will
There is
make a
that monument.
And
Wow.
where you can buy it underneath of it.
You can buy it at impactgamingcenter.gg.
Ooh, that should be the important one on there. There we go. Now we can read it.
So yeah, go buy that on impactgamingcenter.gg if you want to play this deck.
It can't be that expensive a deck. I mean, the mana base is a little pricey, but
I mean, that's true for
Seismic Assault isn't, going to
that's the
break your
price of
bank.
playing Modern. You gotta have a good mana base.
I mean, I think there's a world where you can play this deck just playing basics almost, and the cycle lands.
Yeah, I mean, cycles are...
If you wanted to ball on a budget, I think this is a pretty reasonable deck. Ren 6 isn't even that bad anymore. It's like $15 a copy.
Ben's gonna bolt, or I'm sorry, Jacob's gonna bolt Ben on one of these triggers.
Make a treasure. And chip the turn. Ben's got a lot he can do here, though.
He needs to be able to put... He's gonna play Jace, I believe. He's gonna start by milling himself.
Tameo.
Okay, so he can play Jace and mill himself 15, and that should be able to get him to where he needs to go. Unless Jacob has some way to interact here. Oh, he's got the other Jace. Well, that's pretty good too.
That is a sick art.
That is a really cool art.
Pull that up.
What's it called? Jace?
Telepath Unbound? Jace.
No, Wielder of Mysteries.
I don't know, dude. Jace, the main character.
Chase MC.
Oh, they don't have the art.
Uh,
for it?
We just gotta find it.
It should be like one of the most. There we go. Dude, that's so sick.
Dude, that is nuts. I've never even seen that art.
Look at this, guys. Oh, look at that movie poster.
Cool as hell.
I love movie poster arts. I don't know about you, but I think they're very cool.
Make a clue.
So there's your win condition. I still would probably want to play the other Jace just to mill myself 15.
I'm gonna activate Kethis.
Activating Kethis.
Two lands.
2 lands. I assume we're going to see
This is my hand. but I
another
don't-
Jace. His hand is irrelevant right now.
It's been 3. 2 plays.
Here's the other Jace.
Shortcut of just putting it in the yard. Comes in at 5. I'm gonna know myself 15.
Yep.
Mill himself for 15. Puts Jace back in the bin.
6, 7. 9,
And it doesn't look like Jacob has any interaction. but-
No, he's got a life from the loam.
on top.
I see. And a little bit promised them to.
So he can recast Jace.
Jeez.
Oh, actually, is he out of mana? I mean, if he doesn't have a 0-drop,
If he didn't hit a single zero drop in that, I'll be very impressed.
Didn't play my land. Play land for
oh,
turn. Lose a life. Sorry, 2 mana. Cast this.
Yep.
I lost life to this. Yeah. So I lost life to that to 17. I'm paying 1 for mana confidence.
yeah, man. Confidence.
And then
So he's going to 15 himself again. And if he doesn't hit it here for 30 cards,
Mana, so
I mean, does he even deserve to
I don't
win?
even think he has 30 cards left in his deck. To be quite honest.
No, I mean, so 15. Oh,
9 2 cards left.
there it
Okay,
is.
there's an opal.
All right, game's over.
This is how the crumble cookies.
Yep.
At this.
Jacob's going to make him play it out, obviously, because this is an RCQ, so might as well.
1,
But
2, 3, 4.
Oh my
counting up
god.
his mana here. He's going to recast Jace.
Emery. Know myself.
Oh, sure. Mill myself.
Um,
Yep, and that's
There's a
gonna be it.
handshake.
All righty.
Oh, yeah, but it's fairy. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have. Oh,
So, yeah, you
so
would've-
Jacob telling him
you
he could have just activated.
3? Yeah. Yeah. You put 3 Jason.
I mean, you could still.
I could still do stuff, but like.
it's like,
Yeah.
Also, double the stage you're hitting life to.
It's-
if you want.
So
And then I
yeah,
know-
game over. I'll accept another booth really quick,
Yeah,
but
I know how much like graveyard hate
let's
you have,
cook it.
so I-
Take it to the.
Okay. So that's why I'm minus on.
Kick it back here. Yeah, that was a really cool one. Ben's deck is sick. I think that.
Until I'm.
I mean, it's like it feels like it's New Breach, which is really powerful. I think it's really cool. I think there is a lot to say about a cool deck like that coming in week 1 of the meta with a
Yeah.
what
Yeah, I kinda
used to
wanted
be
to-
a combo like deck, like a breach like deck, and kind of surprising your opponents. Maybe they didn't pack as much sideboard. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of Eldrazi in the room. I haven't seen yet, but there's Eldrazi, there's the Orzhov Blink decks, there's, I mean, a whole slew of nonsense of the, there's a whole slew of nonsense out there. Week 1 of the modern meta game, everyone's out there having a good time. It'll be probably a week or 2 until we see the meta start to stabilize, but that's not going to stop people from bringing their sick decks to RCQs, because all you got to do is make that top 8 here. If you make top 8 is at least a payout of $75, so you make your money back and more. But
$75.
I think that's about
That's
all we got for
pretty
this
good.
one.
But yeah, thanks everybody. I had to step out for a phone call, but thank you all so much. We've got 4 more rounds, so don't go anywhere. Thank you all so much. Make sure to hit up impactgamingcenter.gg for all of your Magic the Gathering needs. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on YouTube, and of course, hit up all of our social media spots. Thank you all so much. Until the next round or the next video.
See ya.
Adios. Bye.